Should I button
Wait,
up?
no, you're perfect. Good
This is
morning.
going to be my voice.
Yes, your voice is recording right now. Hello, sunshine.
Hello, Inga.
Good morning. This is Janie Hodges. She happens to be my aunt, and we have a beautiful family, and we've had a beautiful relationship over the course of our lives. And she has agreed to share her experience with people to help them to benefit in some way from what she's about ready to embark on, which is a complete wellness journey that includes the full naturopathic route, all of the wellness coaching that I'll be providing her as she's ready and she's committed. We've had the whole family has gathered together to support her on this journey that she's embarking on, and we've had a GoFundMe fundraiser and a dinner, and we've collected a large pile of funds for her to embark on this naturopathic route and wellness coaching route so that she can create change in her life and in her wellness for the better. And she's going to tell you her story about where she is right now and a little bit about how she came to be here, and whatever comes out naturally. Janie, whenever you're ready, just go ahead and share with us
Okay.
your experience.
Yeah, it started about, I'm going to say 10 years ago is when it really started with swelling in my body. And I had taken myself to the hospital, and I was told to go see a dermatologist by Arcadia Methodist Hospital because my feet were splitting at the bottom. I was swelling so bad. You could actually hide a dime in some of the cracks.
Wow.
And that was in both feet. So time went on, and a couple years went by, and then I had moved, and I then got to where I got really sick, and my swelling was even worse. I couldn't even tie my shoes without my eyes turning blood red, just bending over for a second.
Were you on medication at this point?
No, they just told me to see a dermatologist for years. And then, so then I had to go to the hospital, and there I was diagnosed somewhat as, they said sleep apnea first, then they said emphysema, all kinds of diagnosis. Anyway, sent home with some heart pills and oxygen, and a couple more years went by, and then I got pneumonia on my next move and was put in a medicated coma for a couple weeks. And then I was diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension, and I was a smoker for 37 years. So I've been struggling with that as we speak, and it's just progressive. It doesn't get, um, they pacify it with medications is what they do. They say it's, there's no cure for it.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm on 680 pills a month,
Right.
from 840 pills a month. I am on oxygen as needed, but I sleep with it on at least 18 hours a day. I have it on. And I do not smoke anymore. I got hypnotized in December, 3 years ago it'll be. In
Wow.
December.
It's been
Never
3 years.
touched, yeah, never touched a cigarette since. So
Wow.
that was good. And that made a lot of change in my breathing. But I still have swelling, and today I have a doctor's appointment with the vein specialist. And I think the reason why my heart is so hard to pump the blood to the lungs is because of my veins. The swelling in the legs are so bad that it takes too much for the heart to pump from the bottom of my extremities to the back to my heart, because they're
Mm-hmm.
so swelling that they're combusted together. So they don't want to listen to me, but I think that's what it's from, because I was a checker for 20 years almost, and I have varicose veins really bad.
So you were standing for 20 years full time.
Yes. So I'm thinking myself, trying to think of anything, there's got to be, because as of now it's idiopathic. They don't know what it's from.
Mm-hmm.
So I had complained about my legs in the very, very beginning is where it started with swelling in my legs. And it's still swelling.
So your main issue right now is the pulmonary hypertension.
Pulmonary hypertension. I do have a low case of diabetes. I have hepatitis C.
How does the hepatitis C affect what's going on, and how does that affect your life?
It's, the doctors don't even treat it. They
Right.
just say, oh, you have hep C, and that's all they say. I go, isn't there a pill for it?
Right.
So it's not treated, and it barely, I was at my liver doctor probably 4 years ago, and he said if you lost about 10 pounds, your hepatitis C would go away.
Wow.
Well, I lost the 10 pounds and it didn't go away.
Right.
And then they just brought it to my attention at USC. I'm going to USC to a pulmonary hypertension specialist,
Mm-hmm.
which I had gone to a regular lung doctor, but he said, well, all they want to do is, he sent me to USC, and they just want to do the double lung transplant. That's all they want to do.
Wow.
Yeah, no in between. She says, why don't you want to do the double lung transplant? And I said, well, you said my heart's not strong enough to go under anesthesia. What are you going to do it when I'm wide awake? She goes, oh, well, then this is how she said it. Well, then maybe we'll just have to put a heart in while we're at it. And I go, oh, just like that. You're just going to happen to have the one I need sitting on the shelf. So basically, I would never make it through that surgery.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you also have COPD?
Well, that's all a part of it. Emphysema, COPD, it all is a part of that or the pulmonary hypertension. So yeah, they say congestive heart failure. One day I have something, one day I don't. But the main thing is the arteries from the heart to the lungs are restricted. They get smaller and smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of them being open like the size of a nickel,
right,
mine are like squeezing through a little size of a BB. So that's why everything works so hard. My heart works way too hard to pump the oxygen to the lungs.
What type of diabetes do you have? 1 or 2?
It's the mild.
One is congenital. One is what you're born with it.
No, I think it's
over time you develop it over time, and usually it's from you've never been overweight. Type 2
I don't know where it came from. All of a sudden I had it one day.
Are you on insulin?
No, I'm on 1 metformin a day, which metformin is supposed to cause dementia, but my doctor still has me on it.
Wait, so you're on a medication for the diabetes, but you're not having to regulate your insulin levels and
nope.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So, it's all in your diet, but I never have any problems with it anymore. Before, I was getting real shaky and stuff. That's when they found out I had it, so I needed to eat certain foods and have snacks in between.
Yeah.
I have to eat a lot of times a day.
So, but you're not really overly affected by that on a day-to-day basis?
No, and I think that'll be the first thing to go. When I start eating better, I'm pretty sure that's going to go out the window.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so looking forward to this journey with you. I think it's just going to be so life-changing, honey. You're going to be.
I can't wait.
You're not going to be disappointed. It's going to change your life.
Oh, I know.
I'm honored to be able to work with you. Well, are you on disability? Like tell about.
I'm on SSI.
So Social Security.
Yeah, and that was nothing. I mean, when I went, I had a lawyer, and he got it for me. They deny you the first time always, but then we did a hearing, and right away I was granted the SSDI and SSI, but they go by which one's more.
Yeah.
It's the SSI, and that's what I stuck with.
So that wasn't a result of your health issues that you're dealing with right now. Was that something else?
That was due to my health because I couldn't work no more. So it was SSDI, but then they go to the greater dollar amount, which was the Social Security. So he was able to draw my Social Security early.
And how old are you right now?
54.
54. And how long have you been on the disability?
I started collecting at 50, I believe it was.
So about 4, not just about 4
Yeah, it's been about 4 years.
And what does your life look like on a day-to-day basis as far as your energy levels? your overall ability to kind of function in life?
Well, I could tell you I don't do a whole lot of things, but I do try to push myself.
Mm-hmm,
I used to, like a couple of years ago, I used to be able to ride my bike around the block and, pedal around town. I couldn't pedal an inch right now.
mm-hmm. And that's pretty
And
consistent. You're really not able to engage.
no, and the more medications and stuff they get put me on, it seems the worse I get.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I just make myself think I'm getting better,
yeah,
but in reality, I'm not. So, I just do my daily chores around here. I can get exhausted, like making my bed and stuff like that, but I'll do it. I don't do like hard scrubbing or cleaning anymore.
right.
And I have a caregiver that I'm allowed 66 hours a month.
That comes to you.
Yes. Well,
So,
it's Sly's
oh, that's
caregiver,
great.
yeah.
And so, how do you take care of all the animals? I know you've got a horse and ducks and chickens and cats
I
and so
do what I can
dogs.
do with them.
Yeah,
They get taken care of good, but it
I
takes,
know.
yeah,
You're
it's
a
a
lover of
daily,
animals.
that's what I wake up for, I tell you,
Yeah.
that's the truth.
So you just manage on a day-to-day basis just to make sure that the basic needs are covered
Yeah, and
with.
yeah, nothing extra, I try to, I help a little lady down the street, she has dementia, so I help. She forgets to feed her horse,
Hmm.
and she forgets to take care of her birds, so
Hmm.
somebody sent me to her. I don't know how this happened, but anyway, she just loves me, and then I teach her how to play Yahtzee and mind games so she can
Oh,
try to strengthen her memory
that's
because she
so
doesn't like.
nice.
I set up all the food for her horse in the morning, or in the night, and in the morning I call her. Okay, don't forget to feed your horse. Then I go there in the afternoon, and the food's still there.
Oh. So you're there supporting her.
Yeah, so I help her. It's just down the street, and actually, for the past 3 weeks, and it's really made me feel good to help somebody a little bit, just what I could do.
Yeah,
And I feel better when I'm doing it. It makes me feel more well.
yeah. Oh,
And
I love that.
yeah, she's a sweet little lady. I go, you don't even know where I came from, do you, Diane? She goes, I really don't.
Oh,
But I want you to take all your critters and move in with me. That's what she tells me.
you're an angel.
Because
That's probably.
yeah, she's so cute. But I go, you have no clue where I came from. And she goes, no, I don't.
That's
She has no clue.
great. Well,
She's
so
cute.
what is your I love that. What does your
Yes.
eating look like? Like what does your eating look like over these 10 years? Like in general, what is your diet?
Seafood, and I eat it. I like food a lot. So yeah, I would just eat anything.
So you have no like
But I eat good food. You know what I mean?
yeah. So
Yeah,
like
I eat good food.
lots of fruits
Period.
and vegetables or
Always,
and you're a
always.
meat eater and all
Yeah, but not really. Meat has kind of gotten, over the time with these medicines, I've found out that I don't really like cheese anymore.
mm,
And meat smells really funny to me, like
mm,
beef, ground beef and stuff. And if it
yeah,
doesn't smell good, I can't eat it.
right.
So I've lost my taste buds and everything are so strong since I stopped smoking. And my
Mm.
smell is like so intensified. So I can't eat a lot of things that I used to eat.
Well, you've never been overweight. You've always been pretty
I
fit.
try to stay, yeah,
But you eat a wide variety of foods. Do you eat a lot of junk food or fast food, processed food kind of?
not a lot of fast, but I like sweets
Is that
here
what's your
and there.
go-to? Yeah, what's your go-to for when you're like maybe just
Some
need
ice cream and yeah,
the sugar? Are you more of a sugar
yep.
than a salt?
I crave sugar
Hmm.
and salt.
Do you eat a lot of sugar though?
Mm, I go in spurts,
Yeah, because you don't eat a lot of food, I know, but you
No,
do
but when
eat.
I do eat, it's just a little bit. It's like people go, "Oh my God, you ordered all this food and that's all you're eating?"
Okay,
And
yeah.
that's what I do. Yeah, I don't eat a lot.
So we started last week actually with a little bit of discussion so that over the course of this last week you could start getting your bearings of just starting this journey, what
Right.
it's going to look like, right? And you did have some homework last week. This is our first official session, but just to kind of get you familiar, there was the traffic light eating that I sent you that just
Yeah.
categorizes, and this is one of my signature things that I offer because it's so, it's not about quantity or any of that stuff, or putting you on harsh things or making all these rules. It's just about really eating good food and
Right.
treating yourself well. This journey is a very gentle, loving journey about learning how to do more and more self-care and more self-love. That's this journey, really. So the traffic light eating separates foods out in general into green, yellow, and red foods. The green foods are foods that you can eat as much as you want anytime you want.
I know. I love that.
Right, and it's
That
mostly
was
fruit.
right
It's
up
all
my
fruits and
alley.
vegetables, right? So
Yeah.
that's, of course, and it's fruits and vegetables, and there's no limits. There's no nothing. You can eat as much as you want. Green, and the yellow.
What I just got to do my shopping, on what I
Oh,
get
right.
paid on the first, and then
Yes.
I'm using up what's in the house because I'm never going to buy it. That's what you told me, and that's
Yes,
what I'm
and
going to
that's
do.
what because what I believe that not to waste.
No, and I'm
Oh,
on a budget. I have to be real careful, so I do have to use it up.
yeah. So when we and when especially people are on a budget, we're on budgets, right? A lot of us are. I am. What we do in the beginning of the wellness coaching is just to advise, start learning the traffic light eating. Just don't throw everything away in your house and your refrigerator. Don't waste all that food.
Right.
No, you might start just eating it as you normally would, but then you know that there's a lot of things that you might not be buying anymore. So it's just, going through your house and starting to look at the ingredients as you eat, as you shop. Uh-oh, can you see me? Our internet connection is a little slow. It's starting to get the awareness. So as you're eating the foods in your house, looking at the ingredients, looking at what's in there, looking to say, what is this? Is this a yellow, green, or red food? Kind of getting that in your mind to start learning.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna, if you felt really strongly like, oh my God, I don't want to eat that food anymore, I want to throw it away, do that. But if you're like,
some
no,
of the things I won't, but like
yeah.
I used up all my regular bread.
Yeah.
I got that out of the way.
Yeah.
And I got out of the way my butter
Mm-hmm.
and my jam that I use because I eat toast every morning. So I finished those, and I'm real sad about that. But
right.
There's got to be something else. I bought that Ezekiel bread.
Oh yeah,
I just have to find a fruit spread to use.
Just a pure fruit spread. They have, they're organic if you can.
And they have that at Sprouts, so I'm sure I'll find some.
But fruit spread, and you can't even tell the difference, and it's delicious.
And I don't like butter anyway, so I'm okay with not
but
having.
Butter's not bad. There's no bad anyway. I don't like to have negative words on anything, but the butter is in the yellow category if you did like it. But I
like margarine, but that's not good for me.
No, because
I can do without either then.
Right. Well, if you wanted, what I use, like I would use pure butter, but I use a lot of coconut oil, and I use that as my butter. You know how it's hard?
Well, canola oil spread, can you use that?
No. I would say use it and then don't buy it again.
Yeah, well, I just rather not even use it.
If you have a question, look at the ingredients.
Okay.
That's going to see what you're going to start to become familiar more and more with looking at ingredients of things. It's really really valuable tool to study that traffic light eating and really have it kind of, even like you have it on your phone, that's really convenient when you're shopping, right?
I look at it too.
But when you look at that yellow category of the foods that are in, you can eat those foods in moderation.
Right.
But it's that red category. So it's learning the yellow and then learning the red. The red is what you really don't want to not eat anymore. And so if you have to finish the stuff in your house, that's fine. But you don't want to be buying it anymore, and you don't want to be eating anymore. That's like one of the most powerful tools that you're going to be going through, is to not eat in that category. So when you have a question, once you get really familiar with that traffic light eating, I love it because it's just one picture that you can study. It's not this
simple. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
So once you're really familiar with the traffic light eating, and then always referring back to it, you can just look at the ingredients of something and it will tell you. Like it will, you'll know, you're like, okay, this is definitely a red. anything hydrogenated, anything,
Uh-huh.
processed, anything that's like in the red category. So it really becomes, in the beginning, it's a learning curve, but it becomes more and more easy to be able to differentiate. And you'll stumble around a little bit in the beginning, and you're always doing the best that you can. So it's just going to be a slow, beautiful journey
So
forward.
what if you like go out to eat? I mean,
Right.
that's hard, huh?
Yes. And so you'll move to make your choices that coincide with the traffic light eating as much as possible. But a lot of times you're going to notice that you're not going to have organic options when you go out to eat, right?
I know.
That happens. So there's no like beating yourself up or starving. You have to eat, right?
Have stuff that,
You don't do any of the negative stuff with this. This is all positive. It's all about love. So if you go out to eat, you try to make the best choices possible. So you would have things that have more vegetables in them, more salads, more vegetables, more whole grains, more olive oil. Pure butter is fine. Lean meats, beans, and lentils and that kind of thing. There's a lot you can choose from. A lot of times at restaurants, you're not going to have the organic option. That happens. So you just try to keep that.
not that I go out a lot, but once in a while,
I go out and I just do. I'll look to say what are the, like I'll get I'll get chicken a lot, and I'll try to opt for fish a lot because I don't eat fish a lot at home. But I'll try to get some kind of lean protein and beans and whole grains and big thing of salad, and I love getting the big salads and chicken.
I went to Soup Plantation yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I felt like we were going out to eat, so Sly picked that.
Yeah.
For the best to eat, the salad and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was good.
That's great. And so a lot of that's going to not be organic, but that happens. So you just do the best that you can. Going out is hard.
And then the dressings, you got to watch what dressing.
Yes. So on the dressings, the vinaigrettes are the best choices.
Right.
It would be better to have just the pure olive oil and the vinegar with a little bit of salt and pepper and some lemon. But that's hard, especially the vinaigrettes are the highest option in the dressings, because a lot of those dressings, especially the creamy ones, they have ingredients in them that won't serve you. They're going to have the hydrogenated oils, or they're going to have things, especially like if you made your own ranch dressing, that would be different. You could make ranch dressing in the moderate.
Well, I liked how April made the mayonnaise.
Oh yeah, if you do stuff that April does, it's all thumbs up.
Yeah, I do. I like her little ways of
If you do any of her recipes, you're good.
Yeah.
Always. Okay. So anything that you copy from her recipes, your thumbs up.
Because once you get that mayonnaise base, you could put lemon and basil and put it in the blender.
Oh yeah.
And you could make a really tasty dressing with that.
And I'll have a lot of things to help you along the way too when you have questions like that. But anything that April does is thumbs up.
Yeah.
So all of her suggestions.
She's doing really good, isn't she?
Yes, she's awesome.
She's doing
I make a creamy dressing with avocado.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah.
If I feel like I want a creamy dressing, there's so much you can do with dressing to make them so delicious.
Like you don't even know avocado dressing would be good too. Yeah. Lemon's good for you.
Lemon, right? I use lemon all the time in dressing. Balsamic vinegar, all good oils. You eat fat. Fat is a huge part of your diet. You have to eat fat, but the good fat. And so.
Well, Inga, what about, you said Greek yogurt? So I eat the.
Move over a little bit to the
Yakults. What is it? Yakults.
The Greek yogurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
So I should be really doing the plain and putting my own fresh fruit in there?
Yes.
Okay.
So I always say it's whole fat and organic if you can. Yeah, eat yogurt. It's really good for you.
Well, I eat a lot of yogurt. I love it.
Sweeten it with honey. Sweeten it with fruit and honey and nuts and however you like it. But with, look on your traffic.
And the same with oatmeal, I could put honey in there?
Yep.
The good honey though, right?
Yeah. If you can, it would be raw, unfiltered, organic honey.
Right.
But, do the best you can. If you have honey in the house, use all that honey. And I'll show you over time too, how when you go to shop more and more, how you can buy food that is organic, and you can also be on a budget. Are you a member of like Costco or Sam's Club or any of
No,
that?
but Jackie is. So
That those are going to be really later on. Those are going
okay.
to be really good things. So I'm going to give you a lot of tools on how to stay really high with your food quality, but also be on a budget. I'm on a budget and I do it all the time. So
I like Sprouts though. I really
oh
like
yeah,
the store.
is Sprouts at a good price range for you?
It's not
Oh
too bad, you know, it just depends. You have
yeah,
to, but it's when, you know, I get a lot out of one, like
because you're a
one
little
chicken
eater.
breast.
You're
Yeah,
a little
so
eater.
I get a lot out of it. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
good for me.
it's whatever. If you already have solutions that work for you of where to go, then you're good. But if you need solutions,
Trader Joe's a little bit, you know, I'm not
yeah,
as fond of Trader Joe's I
I
used to.
like Trader Joe's too.
Yeah,
I
there's, you know,
like.
some things, but I
Yeah.
did go there and I bought my, what did I get? The organic cranberries
Mm-hmm.
and raw sunflower seeds and the Ezekiel bread and the avocado. And I got,
Yes.
what is it? The organic turkey breast. So I made
Nice.
that sandwiching. It was so good. I put
Okay.
avocado for the mayonnaise.
So you're going to town already, right?
Oh, I've
You're
been,
already on it.
my sandwiches are so good. You'd think you got them in a restaurant.
I,
They're
you've
good.
always been that way. Remember your salads
Oh,
that
it's
you used to say,
good. Yeah, my
this is the
salads are
best
good
fucking
too.
salad that you've ever had. And then you would make it when we would have our, and it
Oh, I
was.
love
You
salads.
always had different recipes. So you're on it, right? So let's go over your list, okay? So of what your homework was, and just kind of review, because we're already
Okay.
kind of starting that. But now you did tell me via text, because that texting support is always available.
Yeah,
You made a
but
call to
now my phone, so now that I have a good computer, a lot of emails is good for me, so it'll be on my computer.
Mm.
Uh-oh, what happened? Choose how you would like. I'll put later.
Are we good?
Yeah.
You called your naturopathic doctor and you are
Okay,
waiting for a call
so what
back.
I did with
What's the
him
status?
is, you know, he was a hell of a person to get a hold of. I
Yeah, I know. Remember I told you it's a process, right?
oh my gosh. So I finally was able to get through to him on Messenger.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Because the emails, I mean, April gets the emails, I don't.
you couldn't just call directly to the office and
They
make an
don't
appointment?
answer the phone ever. I left probably last week, I left at least 6 to 7 messages.
And they didn't call back?
No. And I'm thinking, do I really want to go to this doctor?
Yeah, that's
I'm a little skeptical. And so then
did you tell
I'm
April
on,
that?
yeah, well, I haven't told her that part, but I told her I've been trying to get, they said, oh, they emailed me. Well, they didn't. So finally, they emailed me my packet, you know, my sign up packet. So anyway, so I got that. Jackie printed it out on her computer because I didn't have a printer. And so I got a hold of him on Messenger
Okay.
and, you know, back and forth, you know, this is Jane Hodges. I'm related to April Bruin. She's the one that referred me through a doctor in Sacramento, which my great niece is going to. And they want to know how I found out about him and what am I coming in there for. So I let them know. And they already knew all my information. This was already told to them, not once, more than once. So then it was all emailed to them. So then I talked to the whoever on the messenger, and so they said, okay, Dr. Aguirre is not taking new patients until June 4th. Would you like morning or afternoon? I'll take whatever you got. When can I come in? Haven't heard from him again.
How long ago was that?
That was day before yesterday. So yesterday, I'm going on Messenger. I'm trying to get a hold of him. What will, you know, my scheduled date? Well, they said, well, you'll need to fill out. Do you have lab work? I said, yes, I have all my lab work. You'll need to fill out your welcoming packet type thing. I said, you've already emailed it to me, and I've already done that. I guess they just don't keep track.
That's
So I'm getting a little bothered by that, to be honest with you.
okay. Try not to get frustrated with that right now.
Well, I'm gonna wait and let him set me up an appointment day because
Right.
it's not till June 4th.
It doesn't sound like a very professional beginning, but maybe it's because I know
He's really busy.
this is a deep thing to say right now at this early stage of our journey. But it could be because as you're approaching that barrier of getting ready to embark on this journey, there's a little bit of jumbled up energy in there that is going on. So it's a stumble. This might not be how it's really going to look. You might
Yeah,
just
I'm not gonna give up on him yet. No.
okay. So you have all of your lab work. You filled out all of their paperwork,
Mhm.
and they have it now. The
No,
paperwork. Okay.
I'm going, as soon as I get
Bring it
this printer dialed in, I'm gonna scan it with my lab work
in. Okay, and then
and with a couple other medical papers that will give him diagnosis of my, of my health condition. It'll say as much as I got right now, and then I go to a doctor today, and then I go to my other doctor next Friday, and I could physically pick up more records.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask April to sign up on Zoom so that periodically I can pull her into this. I can have as many people, I think up to 50 people in a video conference, but I don't want to ask her some questions right now live, like this recommendation came from her naturopath. Is that the only link here to this naturopath? And maybe, you know what I mean, just in case.
Yeah.
But let's go forward and see.
Okay.
Let's go through this process and see if everything kind of irons out.
Because I am so ready to get.
I know. I love it.
No, I really am.
You're good, honey. You're so good.
So I just hope I'm not going through all this and then I have to find a new one.
If that's the case, it was meant to be, and we're gonna trust the universe that you are ready to go through this. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Because he'll say like, "Oh, Liz didn't contact you," and I'm like,
right.
"No." And she goes, "Well, can I get your number?" I go, "I left it on your recorder at least 7 times last week."
Right. Which is,
don't you listen to that?
Yeah.
And with my full name stating exactly what I need, I need to make an appointment. I'm referred. I told them everything. I told them. So let's just hope this is just because they're extremely busy. But you should, if you're going to go on Messenger, you should have checked your mail, your voicemail.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a weird thing. I agree. So let's just see what happens. But if this one, let's not feed anything into this not working right now. Let's just set it aside. If there's a problem, we'll deal with it later.
Okay.
Okay. So, but you don't have your appointment scheduled yet, but everything is moving through.
Yeah, it's good. Okay. It's in process.
Okay.
I believe that.
So you're on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Every day.
Sounds like you are. Okay. Okay. Did you have the chance to kind of jot down your food that you've been eating over this past week? Oh.
Every day.
You are so, honey, I
did
with your enthusiasm and your readiness to change.
Yeah.
You're going to be shocked at what happens with this. I mean, it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
so I did do that.
Get either whatever the easiest way to get that to me you could take a picture on your phone of each.
Oh, I never thought I could do that too.
That's a really easy way so that you don't have to deal with the whole scan, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. And it's sloppy, but I can rewrite it.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to say you're going to text me the pics of your log, okay?
Yeah, and I'll do that as soon as we get off this. I'll send it as long as you could basically, I'll do it more neat. I didn't know how we were going to do it, so
yeah,
I'll do it more neat next time, but for now, this will work.
And in the future, for a while, what I think we should do is you should text me the pics of your log before our video conference.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
But I'm going to put all this in your homework, okay? I'm going to continue to text you your homework because I think it's easier.
Yeah, but I stress so bad over the computer thing.
Yeah. You can look at your phone and go, oh, yeah, that's my,
I had to go buy a computer. There's no other way this was going to happen. So, and then I bought the stinking printer. And now I got to figure out how to get it it should be just simple. You plug it in and it downloads.
They're pretty easy if you just like sit there for like a half an hour and go, okay.
But I've been doing this all week.
You're on fire. Look at where we are right now.
But the new computer, I just walked in the door with it last night about 4, 5 o'clock. So,
oh my God. So you're on.
So I stressed. I was up to almost 3 trying to get it set up.
Oh my God. Make sure you get your rest, honey.
I know. I'm going back to bed and think I'm wearing Hello Kitty for nothing.
Don't compromise your wellness for any of this.
And I'm a sleeper, so I usually get lots of sleep.
Just make sure, because that self-love of getting that rest is really important, okay? Okay, so you're gonna, when we get off the phone, you're gonna text me your food log. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So continue, your homework is to continue making a food log, okay?
Okay.
And are you looking at ingredients on things as you go? Just
Yes, I've
starting that
started to.
process.
Yeah.
Anything interesting that you're discovering in that
Well,
process?
just on some cereal, I was pretty amazed. I noticed it on something, and I went ahead and looked myself, and it's got. And I don't eat cereal because I don't drink milk,
Mm,
but
mm-hmm,
I eat the Lucky Charms, the Charms,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and they have a real high strength of cleaning product that they're made with. Like
That's
it
scary,
is such
isn't
a
it?
high strength. It's a like mechanics use it to clean the grease off the floor, and that's in the
Ingredients,
marshmallows.
it's very revealing when you start
And it's
looking at
written
ingredients.
plain as day.
It's poison.
Yeah,
It's making
it
us sick,
says it right there in the ingredients,
right?
and people are buying it. But once somebody pointed it out to them, everybody's in shock. Well, it's always been in the ingredients.
Right. Oh, I started the magic pill.
Oh, good. What did you watch
I
before?
watched Take Your Pills, and it was about uh, it was about
When you
amphetamines,
said I watched
Ritalin.
Take Your Pills, I'm all, oh no.
It was about all about it was. I thought, okay, I see why this might have some value. It was all about ADHD and Ritalin and the difference between how it's made with like people have been on amphetamines with all these prescriptions for all this stuff for decades through the doctors, but how
Yeah,
similar it is to crystal methamphetamine and the whole world of all of this. And I was like, wow, that's very interesting. And just how in this generation, the millennials, they're addicted to Adderall and Ritalin, and they're using it as coping mechanisms to because of the pressure to perform in school and in college and all this stuff.
they
And
do. They
anyway,
put their kids on that.
it was crazy. So I watched the whole thing. That was interesting. But now now I'm watching the Magic Pill.
Okay, yeah, the magic pill.
So
It is good.
when I
It's
look down,
really
I'm making
informative.
note. Yeah, I like all that stuff. So
Yeah, well, it's good. And Jackie pointed it out to me.
yeah,
So April watched it, and yeah,
all
it's
of
good.
those things are really helpful for you to keep learning.
Yeah,
If you like that stuff, you know how when
I
you go to
try,
Netflix
and
and
when
you
April sends me stuff, I
yeah,
watch it.
but also when you go to watch a movie on Netflix and say you're watching The Magic Pill,
Uh-huh.
below it'll say movies like this.
Oh, yes, it
And
will.
and you can keep going and spiraling down that
And just
wormhole and
keep
watching
going.
all
Yeah,
of these. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's
pretty
true.
cool.
Yep.
Okay, so you're
Yeah,
looking at ingredients and you're starting to get some insight and it's a great process. So just keep
yeah,
looking at ingredients when you shop and refer to your traffic light eating with ingredients and kind of use that as a decision making tool for what to buy when you have a question.
good. And the smoothies are good because those I had already bought fresh fruits and I freeze
Yeah.
them.
Yes.
So I just throw them in my blender
Perfect.
and with some yogurt,
Yeah.
and then ice. I'll let it thaw out a little bit, and then I don't need to put no liquid. I was putting
Right.
orange juice, but I could use a little bit of that, right?
Sure.
Pure 100% orange juice.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that was a good one. I like that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. And then over time, like I'll show you how to make them if you're interested, like more complex if you want to. Like you can make the smoothies a whole meal. I've got steel cut oats cooked in mine, quinoa, nuts, seed,
Ah.
turmeric, tons of
Oh
kale.
yeah, turmeric is a must, and
Turmeric.
so is
If
ginger. I
if
put
you
whole cut
take
fresh ginger
anything,
too.
turmeric and ginger are really high because the inflammation that's going on in your body from what you're dealing with is a lot. So anything to kind of get that inflammation down. And those are supplements. I'm a strong believer in turmeric and ginger. So
Well,
go,
I have the powder, and then I bought fresh,
yeah.
but I
Oh,
wasn't sure if I put fresh in the blender with the juice, would it taste
peel
funny?
it. Which one's fresh? What, turmeric or ginger or both?
Both. I use ginger every day almost.
Peel them, put them into little dices, then put them in the blender.
Yeah, that's how I do it. But
Yeah.
the turmeric too,
Hmm.
is it got a strong flavor?
Not to me, but
Okay.
like
I'll
mom.
start out slow.
My mom can't stand the smell of turmeric or the taste, so it depends on your palate.
Well, I have the
Put it,
100% pure powder too, and it doesn't smell bad.
I put literally 2 or 3 tablespoons of turmeric powder in each of my smoothies. If I have raw, I put like
Oh, okay.
a small handful like in there. I mean, I eat a lot of that.
Well, it's
You
so good
can't
for
you
you.
can't go wrong with that stuff. You can eat as
Okay.
much of that as you want, and it's really good for you.
I'm gonna put it in my smoothie. I was just wondering about that. That's a good idea then.
Okay, so traffic light eating, you're on it, you're studying it, and you're more and more moving to coincide your eating to that,
Yep.
and you're
Yep.
okay with that.
Yep.
And obviously, no cigarettes, no alcohol. Good.
No.
No problems.
And no, I do the e-cig every now and then. You know that.
Right. But no real cigarettes, no alcohol.
Haven't no.
Okay. Good. And so those are big ones. Because I was telling you, alcohol metabolizes through your lungs. So if you have any disease that's lung oriented, you have to be really careful with alcohol.
Yeah. Well, really stopped since September. Just
Do you
stopped.
do marijuana?
Huh?
Marijuana is a great substitute for alcohol. Like
I
if you
know.
feel
I
like you
like
really,
it.
yeah, just like vaping marijuana or edibles is a really
I bought a Jolly Rancher yesterday.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So use like if you find like you need something or you would or
Oh,
you
every now
want
and then I do. I take it. I gotta hit it super slow, but I will
yeah.
eat something better than smoking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Probably, I know ultimately eating something would be better for you. Edibles kind of scare me a little bit because of I never know how much I'm going to get. So
I know.
I
I
occasionally will vape. Not very often though, because I just don't. I was way more attracted to that when I was younger, but I do it sometimes, and so I'll vape because I'm worried about the quantity of the edible and how much it's going to affect me.
yeah,
Because
because you don't know.
I don't like to go too far. I only like a
Yep.
subtle enhancement, you know.
Yep.
So, but it's whatever, you know, I'm a firm believer in that as a tool for multifaceted reasons. So
I
whatever,
use the cream, Inga,
yeah,
for
that's
pain.
great. Yes,
The buttercream,
yes,
and I have a roll on for my site, my
great.
pump site,
Yes.
and my pump gets to come out next Saturday.
Yay.
Oh no, you don't even know,
I
Inga.
can't wait for that.
This has been the worst
It,
10 months of my
I
life.
mean, you're at the bottom of the lowest that's ever going to be in your whole life. You're only going to go up from here. You're
Yeah,
in
this
the
is gonna be
worst. So
horrible again.
now the change is starting, right?
Yep. And I can't, I'm on the Uptravi, so I get titrating on that. And then this pump, I go down every 3 days. So right now, my body just doesn't know what's going on
Right.
because I'm going up on one and down on the other. So they say, how do you feel? And I go, you know what? I really don't even know because
Right.
I don't know how I
There's so
feel.
much going on. Well, what's going to be so amazing to watch over time, because you know, as a wellness coach, I have no like your medications that you're on and the doses and everything. This is something that only your doctor works with you on. All your
Right.
doctors. That is not my realm at all. My realm is to bring wellness to you
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
that your doctors over time are going to reduce, and then eliminate over
Right.
time. So what's going to be fun to watch is all of those medications and all of those doses over time, how the doctors are going to slowly be decreasing that, and you're going to slowly feel better and better and better over time.
Yeah.
It's a journey. It's going to be a journey because it's going to take a little bit of time and dedication, but it is one that is going to, 1 year from now, you're going to be a totally different person.
I bet. And I can't wait for
It's
that.
going to be, because I'm dedicated to this journey with you. You're dedicated. You're going to be a totally different person in a year. And it's going to
Oh,
happen. You're going to start feeling better a lot sooner than that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But in a year, you're going to look back and
I'm going to go,
we'll watch this
oh
video.
my goodness.
We'll
Yeah.
watch this video in a year, and you're going to be like, you can't even believe it. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh, I believe you.
It's going to
I
be,
totally am
I know.
100% believing. Yeah. And
So,
I'm not one to believe in stuff. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I've always got, no, this can't, and I have nothing negative about this whole
yeah,
path.
I don't
Nothing.
either.
Mm-mm.
And to have you so committed and how you're putting so much energy in it, it's going to happen faster.
Well, it's going to,
Because
yeah.
there's not
I
a lot.
already see it gonna
Yeah,
happen. I already
yeah,
know it's gonna
yeah.
happen. I tell people, you watch, just watch me.
Right.
See me down the road a little ways, and you're gonna go,
Who's
oh
that?
my gosh. Yeah,
You
that's
look
right.
fabulous. You're going to be
Mhm.
glowing and
I'm
healthy,
gonna get
walking around.
myself back. Yeah, I want myself back.
So for now, though, there's no additional physical movement in your homework other than what you need to do to get by.
Okay.
And so keep your physical activity just what you need to do, what feels right. Trust your feelings. When you get tired,
Yeah.
rest. But we're not doing. There's no exercise component of this program at this stage at all.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
only do what you need to do. Trust your feelings. When you get tired, rest.
Yeah.
Stay on all your medication as prescribed by your doctor, and and then do your homework.
Okay.
So
And I'll
your
send that
computer
to you.
situation, you're on that. I'm just going down our list. Your computer situation, you're on it.
Yeah.
You're going to resolve your printer this week, and
Today. Yeah, it will. I've worked on this so much all week. I'm not kidding you. And then
yeah,
I boiled down to a new computer. That's it, bottom
right.
line.
And so by the time I see you again, you'll have hooked up your printer and everything will
Yep.
just be up and rolling.
Yeah. And then what I plan on doing is scanning you some of the, my lab work and doctor's papers.
And then you can just whenever don't have a stress about any of that. It's like as that works for you, you know.
Right. I'll get it done.
And then
I was stressing because I really thought you were going to need it all today. And then I thought,
no,
oh,
I'm not ever going to be here to put a pressure or a stress on you.
okay. Well, I was stressed this week because it's
Right.
printer copier.
You did this work to get at this video conference. That was like gold.
Well, I said I have to get this.
Even if you didn't, which I'm so glad you did, because it's so effective.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't, we would have done it on the phone. It's not going to stop our journey. But my job isn't to put pressure or stress on you, because that's what you want to get rid of.
Right.
For your wellness, you don't want to have stress. Is counterproductive to your wellness. And I only want to serve you from the places that increase your wellness.
Okay.
So Janie, I think that you are stellar. Everything is amazing. This is wonderful where you're at. I'm going to text you your homework. It's very similar to what the homework already was.
Okay.
For the most part, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to just continue on that journey.
Okay.
And then just anything you have questions on or need anything, text me during the week.
Okay.
And I'll check in with you to see how you're doing, but you're just doing great.
Okay, now to keep this Zoom, how am I going to keep this?
You don't have to do anything, but right now in a minute, we're going to say goodbye and I'm going to stop recording.
Okay.
You're going to.
And I'll figure out how to put it on my screensaver or something.
Yeah.
The Zoom, it was on my other one.
Yeah. So, but you're good. Like the next time I'll email you again, you'll click the link and
okay. Then okay.
Each time. So you don't even have to do anything.
Okay. That's good then. All right. That's better.
Okay. So I love you.
Have
a great week.
Okay. You too.
Okay. Stay strong. You're doing amazingly. And I'll text you your homework today.
Okay.
So I'll talk to you next week at 9:00.
Okay.
Okay. Love you.
Okay. Love you. Let me see how I go out.